concept I want to talk to you about is the zone of confusion. What happens is if there's any aim bias and any speed bias or green reading bias, right, we start to defer where we're going to have this happen, right? And so if we have a hole, right, and we have a break, I call this the zone of confusion, right? And this is the deference zone right here. So what I mean by that is if you got an aim issue, you're aiming a little more left and you're pushing to the right or hitting it harder, right? Something happens here at the hole if you use the correct speed. And if your aim is off and your speed is off, then what happens is there's a ton of action going on in here. And so what does the player do? One, they get this in their mind, they got to knock it 17 inches by the hole, by somebody's standards. And what happens is based on trying to hit at a specific speed, having an aim bias, obviously having potential green bias issues, a lot of break happens here at the hole and people are very confused. They hit a putt and then all of a sudden they go, boy, did you see that thing snap, right? So what do? They hit it really hard and they knock it into the deference zone. So the zone of confusion is right here because all this other stuff that we've talked about earlier about aim bias and what have you, we're talking about speed bias now and then relating it to aim bias. So that is why people hit it hard and knock it through the break, is because they don't know what is going on in this zone of confusion and they defer it over to here. So they hit it really hard, they making all this body English as it's skimming by the hole at speed of light, and then it ends up over here somewhere and all the break happens past the hole and they're like, wow, I had a chance. Right, when they hit at the right speed and it starts to break off the planet, they go, wow, I felt like I had no chance, and so they just defer it. So think of it that way. If you feel like all kinds of weird stuff's happening in here, you got a bunch of issues. There's things that you need to do, and we need to go right back to the triad: aim, path, and speed, right? Reading greens, our decision model. Fix this, get our targeting better, right? Our path will fix itself and you won't be worried about what's going on in this zone, and you're not gonna ever go into this zone. This is the Bermuda Triangle. People don't three-putt when you knock it that far from the hole. Right, so understand what's going on in the zone of confusion and quit deferring your problems past the hole.